Volkswagen to divest 5 European plants, a strategic shift towards Chinese partnerships in the automotive sector. Overview. On January 30, 2025, Volkswagen AG VW announced a major strategic shift involving the divestment of 5 underused manufacturing plants in Europe. This decision is primarily driven by a significant decline in demand and mounting competition, particularly from Chinese electric vehicle EV manufacturers. As part of this strategy, VW is looking to forge partnerships with Chinese firms, allowing them to utilize the excess production capacity available in Germany. This report details the key developments surrounding VW's divestment, the context of the automotive market, and the implications of these changes. Key developments. Strategic divestment. Volkswagen has confirmed its plan to divest 5 of its manufacturing plants, particularly in Germany, as part of a broader strategy to address declining sales and overcapacity. The company aims to cut its annual production capacity by approximately 730,000 cars by 2030. This reduction is a response to a drastic decline in sales, with VW selling 2 million fewer cars last year compared to 5 years ago. The decision to divest is seen as a necessary step to streamline operations and focus on more profitable ventures. Partnerships with Chinese manufacturers. Volkswagen's CEO has disclosed that the company is engaged in ongoing discussions with Chinese joint venture partners regarding potential investments in its German plants. This strategic pivot is intended to lower barriers for Chinese EV manufacturers looking to enter the European market. The partnership with SAIC Motor Corporation, a Chinese automaker which has already been established by Audi, a VW subsidiary, serves as a potential model for future collaborations. These partnerships could allow Chinese manufacturers to take over idle production lines, thereby enhancing their presence in Europe. Market context. VW's market share has halved over the past 5 years, largely due to its slow adaptation to the rapidly evolving EV market. The company faces stiff competition not only from established automotive companies but also from emerging players in the EV sector. The pandemic exacerbated existing issues of excess capacity, prompting VW to cancel night shifts and reduce production. In 2024, the company produced approximately 900,000 cars in Germany, a significant drop from its total production capacity. Financial implications. The divestment of these plants reflects VW's urgent need to navigate a challenging landscape marked by declining sales and increased competition. The company is looking at its European factories as potential assets that could be repurposed or sold off to regain market competitiveness. This strategic shift aims to address the financial strain caused by reduced production and sales, while also exploring new opportunities for growth through partnerships with Chinese manufacturers. Common themes across sources. 1. Strategic shift. All reports emphasize VW's strategic pivot towards partnerships with Chinese EV manufacturers as a response to overcapacity and declining market share. 2. Focus on EVs. The urgency for VW to adapt to the rapidly evolving EV market is consistently highlighted, indicating the company's recognition of its lag in the battery vehicle segment. 3. Potential partnerships. Various articles mention the likelihood of Chinese firms taking over VW's idle production lines, which could facilitate their expansion in the European market. Differences in reporting. While major news outlets like Reuters and Yahoo Finance focus on VW's negotiations with Chinese partners and the implications of divesting European plants, community-driven platforms like Reddit appear to reflect opinions rather than verified news. The former sources provide a structured analysis of the business implications, while the latter may offer anecdotal insights and reactions from the automotive community. Timeline of events. Past 5 years, VW's market share declines due to slow adaptation to the EV market. 2024, the company produces approximately 900,000 cars in Germany, significantly below its production capacity. January 2025, reports emerge indicating VW's strategic discussions with Chinese manufacturers regarding the use of excess production capacity in Europe and the potential sale or repurposing of underutilized plants. Conclusion: Volkswagen's strategic divestment of 5 European plants represents a significant shift aimed at adapting to a challenging automotive landscape. The decision to explore partnerships with Chinese EV manufacturers highlights VW's recognition of the need to innovate and collaborate to regain market competitiveness. As the automotive industry continues to evolve, VW's ability to navigate these changes will be critical for its future success in both European and global markets. In summary, this strategic realignment not only aims to address current operational challenges but also positions VW to capitalize on emerging opportunities within the rapidly growing electric vehicle sector. The company's future partnerships with Chinese manufacturers could reshape its operational landscape and redefine its role within the European automotive market. Volkswagen's divestment of 5 European plants marks a notable shift in strategy, particularly in light of its partnerships with Chinese EV manufacturers. This strategy is indicative of several counterintuitive trends in the automotive industry. 1. Collaboration with competitors. One might expect a company facing declining market share and increased competition to double down on its own production capabilities. However, Volkswagen's decision to partner with Chinese manufacturers highlights a willingness to collaborate with competitors to optimize resources and navigate market challenges. This reflects a broader trend in the automotive sector where established players may find it more strategic to share resources rather than compete head-to-head, particularly in the rapidly evolving EV market. 2. Underutilization as an asset. The notion that underutilized factories are liabilities is common in business. Yet Volkswagen is shifting this perspective by viewing its excess production capacity as a potential asset for Chinese partners. This counterintuitive approach suggests that companies can leverage existing infrastructure and expertise to facilitate market entry for foreign firms, potentially creating a win-win situation where both Volkswagen and its partners can benefit from reduced costs and increased market access. 3. Market share loss as a catalyst for innovation. Typically, a loss in market share signals a need for companies to aggressively protect their business. In Volkswagen's case, this loss has catalyzed strategic partnerships rather than defensive posturing. By aligning with Chinese EV manufacturers, Volkswagen is positioning itself to innovate and adapt more rapidly within the shifting landscape of the automotive industry, contrary to the expectation that losing market share would lead to more conservative strategies. For adapting to external pressure, Volkswagen's decision to divest plants and forge partnerships with Chinese firms also highlights the counterintuitive reality that external pressures, such as the rise of competitive EV markets, can prompt companies to take bold steps that may not align with traditional industry practices. Instead of merely competing against the influx of Chinese EVs, Volkswagen's strategy reflects an adaptive response, using its existing resources to create collaborative pathways that can sustain its operations in a challenging market. 5. Perception of Chinese manufacturers. Historically, many Western companies have viewed Chinese manufacturers as direct competitors, often focusing on the threat they pose. Volkswagen's strategic shift suggests a re-evaluation of this perception, recognizing that collaboration can be more beneficial in the long run. This counterintuitive stance may signify a broader acceptance of globalization and interdependence in the automotive sector, where leveraging the strengths of foreign partners could lead to enhanced competitiveness. 6. Shift from production to partnerships. The automotive industry has long been characterized by a focus on manufacturing prowess. Volkswagen's pivot towards partnerships with Chinese manufacturers signifies a shift away from traditional production-centric strategies. This counterintuitive move suggests that in an era of rapid technological change, companies may need to prioritize relationships and collaborations over sheer production volume to remain competitive. 7. Long-term vision and crisis management. In times of crisis, companies often resort to short-term fixes or defensive strategies. Volkswagen's approach to divesting underused plants while simultaneously seeking partnerships points to a long-term vision that prioritizes sustainable growth over immediate survival. This counterintuitive strategy suggests that companies might find greater resilience by embracing change and fostering collaboration rather than solely focusing on cost-cutting measures. In conclusion, Volkswagen's strategic shift to divest European plants and partner with Chinese EV manufacturers embodies several counterintuitive trends within the automotive sector. This approach challenges traditional notions of competition, resource management, and market strategy, suggesting that collaboration and adaptability may be key drivers of success in an increasingly complex and competitive landscape. Volkswagen's decision to divest 5 European plants represents a pivotal moment in the automotive industry, particularly in the context of the rapidly evolving electric vehicle EV market. While the primary narrative focuses on the strategic necessity of this move, addressing declining sales and the competitive threat posed by Chinese EV manufacturers, there are several nuanced aspects of this situation that merit closer examination. Overlooked content. 1. Long-term implications of strategic partnerships. Many reports highlight VW's discussions with Chinese manufacturers but often fail to delve into the potential long-term implications of these partnerships. The significance lies not only in immediate financial recovery but in the strategic repositioning of VW within the global automotive landscape. Collaborating with Chinese companies could lead to a shift in supply chain dynamics, technology sharing, and market penetration strategies. This could enable VW to leverage the advanced battery technologies and manufacturing efficiencies that Chinese firms have developed, potentially revitalizing its offerings in the EV segment. 2. Cultural and operational integration challenges. While partnerships can be beneficial, the operational and cultural integration challenges often go unmentioned. Volkswagen must navigate differing corporate cultures, management styles, and operational practices between European and Chinese firms. The success of these partnerships hinges on VW's ability to effectively integrate these diverse elements, which is a complex process that can lead to friction if not managed carefully. 3. Environmental and regulatory considerations. The environmental implications of such a strategic shift are also significant yet frequently overlooked. As VW divests plants, the question arises: what happens to the production capacity and the environmental footprint of these sites? Will the repurposed facilities align with European environmental regulations and sustainability goals? The company must ensure that any transition adheres to stringent EU regulations, which could affect timelines and profitability. This aspect is crucial as the automotive industry faces increasing scrutiny regarding its environmental impact. 4. Impact on employment and local economies. The divestment of production facilities inevitably raises concerns about job losses and the economic impact on local communities. While VW has reached agreements with workers to manage reduced capacity, the long-term effects on employment are significant. The narrative often overlooks the social responsibility aspect of such decisions. Volkswagen must consider how to mitigate negative impacts on employees and the surrounding economies, as failure to do so could lead to reputational damage and social unrest. 5. Consumer sentiment and brand loyalty. The consumer response to VW's strategic shift is another area that requires attention. As the company transitions towards partnerships with Chinese manufacturers, how will this affect brand loyalty among European consumers who may have reservations about foreign ownership or influence? VW must proactively manage its brand image and communicate the benefits of its partnerships to retain consumer trust. This aspect can significantly influence market share and sales, particularly in a region where nationalism may play a role in purchasing decisions. 6. Technological adaptation and competitive edge. While the reports emphasize VW's lag in the EV market, they often underestimate the technological adaptation required for the company to regain its competitive edge. This involves not just forming partnerships but also significant investment in research and development, innovation in battery technology, and advancements in autonomous driving features. The narrative tends to simplify the challenges VW faces in catching up to competitors, particularly in the fast-evolving EV sector. 7. Potential for future acquisitions. Another critical aspect that is often overlooked is the potential for future acquisitions or mergers as VW navigates this strategic shift. As the automotive landscape transforms, VW may find opportunities to acquire smaller, innovative companies that align with its EV strategy. This could enhance its technological capabilities and market position, providing a more holistic approach to addressing competitive pressures. 8. Geopolitical factors. The geopolitical landscape also plays a crucial role in VW's decision-making process. The increasing tensions between China and the West, particularly in technology and trade, could impact the viability and stability of partnerships. The potential for tariffs, trade restrictions, or shifts in regulatory environments could pose risks to VW's strategy, emphasizing the need for a robust risk management framework that considers these external factors. Significance of overlooked content. The significance of these overlooked areas lies in their potential to shape the future trajectory of Volkswagen as it navigates a complex and rapidly changing automotive landscape. Understanding the multifaceted implications of divesting European plants and forming partnerships with Chinese manufacturers is essential for stakeholders including investors, employees, consumers, and policymakers. By addressing these nuanced factors, Volkswagen can position itself not just as a reactive player in the market but as a proactive leader capable of driving innovation and sustainability in the automotive sector. This comprehensive approach will be critical in ensuring the company's long-term viability and success in an increasingly competitive and dynamic global market. In conclusion, while the main narrative surrounding Volkswagen's strategic shift is clear, the underlying complexities and implications are vital for a holistic understanding of the company's future. Addressing these overlooked aspects will not only aid in risk mitigation but also enhance VW's ability to adapt and thrive in the evolving automotive landscape. 1. Strategic divestment and capacity reduction. Volkswagen's decision to divest 5 European plants is a critical aspect of its strategy to adapt to the declining demand for traditional vehicles and address overcapacity issues. The planned reduction of approximately 730,000 cars in annual production capacity by 2030 highlights the urgency of this shift. This analysis should delve into the implications of such a move, including potential job losses, the impact on local economies, and how this aligns with broader trends in the automotive industry. 2. Forming partnerships with Chinese EV manufacturers. VW's strategic pivot towards collaborating with Chinese manufacturers is essential for its future competitiveness in the electric vehicle market. By facilitating the entry of Chinese EV makers into Europe through potential partnerships, VW aims to leverage its existing infrastructure and expertise. This point warrants in-depth discussion on the potential benefits and risks of such partnerships, including the implications for VW's brand identity, technology transfer, and competitive positioning against other automotive giants. 3. Market context and competitive landscape. The backdrop of VW's strategic decisions includes significant shifts in market dynamics, particularly the rapid growth of the EV sector and increasing competition from Chinese manufacturers. With VW's market share halving over the past 5 years due to its slow adaptation to EV technologies, an analysis of the competitive landscape is crucial. This should explore how VW's strategic shift compares to that of its competitors, the broader implications for the European automotive market, and how consumer preferences are evolving towards electric vehicles. 4. Financial implications and future outlook. The financial ramifications of VW's divestment strategy and partnerships with Chinese manufacturers are significant. The company is under pressure to improve productivity and profitability amidst declining sales and a challenging economic environment. Analyzing the financial health of VW, including its production costs, profit margins, and investment in new technologies, will be critical. Furthermore, discussing VW's long-term outlook in the rapidly changing automotive market, including its position in the global EV race, will provide insights into the sustainability of its strategic choices. 1. Ford Motor Company and the sale of Jaguar and Land Rover. 2008. In the early 2000s, Ford struggled with declining market shares and profitability. To address financial losses, Ford sold its luxury brands Jaguar and Land Rover to Tata Motors in 2008. This strategic divestment allowed Ford to focus on its core brands and realign its production capabilities in response to shifting consumer preferences and market dynamics. The move was seen as a significant step for Ford to stabilize its operations during the financial crisis and refocus on its core business. 2. General Motors bankruptcy and restructuring. 2009, General Motors GM faced severe financial difficulties leading up to its bankruptcy filing in June 2009. The company underwent a major restructuring process which included the divestment of several brands including Pontiac, Saturn, Hummer, and Saab. GM received a bailout from the U.S. government which allowed it to emerge from bankruptcy as a more streamlined company focused on its core brands. The restructuring was a response to decreased demand for vehicles, increased competition, and the need to adapt to changing market conditions similar to VW's current divestment strategy. 3. Nissan's alliance with Renault and subsequent strategic partnerships. 1999-present, Nissan faced significant financial challenges in the late 1990s, leading to a strategic partnership with Renault. This alliance allowed Nissan to share resources, technology, and production capabilities, ultimately revitalizing the company. In the years that followed, Nissan continued to explore partnerships, including collaborations with various automakers to enhance its electric vehicle offerings and adapt to market changes. This mirrors VW's current efforts to forge partnerships with Chinese manufacturers to address overcapacity and competition in the EV segment. These cases highlight how automakers have historically navigated market challenges through strategic divestments and partnerships similar to Volkswagen's recent decisions. Volkswagen's strategic decision to divest 5 of its European plants signals a transformative moment in the automotive industry, particularly as the company pivots toward partnerships with Chinese electric vehicle EV manufacturers. This move reflects broader trends and forecasts for the automotive sector, especially in the context of an increasingly competitive global market. Market adaptation and EV transition. The automotive industry is undergoing a radical transformation driven by the shift to electrification. As consumer preferences evolve towards sustainability, automakers are compelled to adapt quickly. Volkswagen's divestment illustrates its recognition of this imperative as the company seeks to streamline operations in the face of declining demand and heightened competition from agile competitors, notably in China. Predictions suggest that by 2030 the majority of new cars sold in Europe could be electric, which will necessitate significant investment in EV technology and infrastructure. Volkswagen's strategy to engage Chinese manufacturers could facilitate access to advanced EV technologies and supply chains, enhancing its competitive edge. This partnership model may serve as a blueprint for other traditional automakers facing similar challenges in the transition to electric mobility. Strategic partnerships. Volkswagen's collaborations with Chinese firms are expected to deepen, leveraging China's robust EV ecosystem. The rapid advancement of Chinese manufacturers in battery technology, software, and production efficiency provides opportunities for VW to enhance its offerings in Europe. Predictions indicate that these partnerships could lead to a resurgence in VW's market share as it integrates cutting-edge technologies into its product lineup. Moreover, the strategic repurposing of underutilized European production facilities to serve Chinese manufacturers could result in a more flexible manufacturing environment. This adaptability is crucial as market demands continue to fluctuate. Aligning production capabilities with consumer preferences for electric vehicles. Economic implications. The economic landscape for automotive manufacturing in Europe is shifting. With VW's decision to cut production capacity by approximately 730,000 cars, there is potential for a ripple effect across the industry. Other manufacturers may follow suit in response to similar pressures, leading to a consolidation of production capabilities within the region. As excess capacity becomes a pressing issue, the potential for Chinese investment in European automotive plants could reshape the landscape of the industry. This influx of investment may not only preserve jobs but also stimulate innovation as local manufacturers adapt to new technologies and business models introduced by their Chinese counterparts. Regulatory environment. The evolving regulatory environment surrounding emissions and sustainability will further influence Volkswagen's strategic outlook. European regulations are becoming increasingly stringent, pushing manufacturers toward adopting greener technologies. Predictions for the future suggest that compliance with these regulations will necessitate substantial investments in R&D and production capabilities focused on electric vehicles. Volkswagen's proactive approach in seeking partnerships with Chinese manufacturers could provide a competitive advantage in navigating these regulatory challenges. By leveraging shared expertise and resources, the company can accelerate its transition to a more sustainable production model. Future market dynamics. The competitive dynamics of the automotive market are expected to continue evolving as traditional automakers grapple with the rise of new entrants, particularly from China. The forecast indicates that the global EV market share will expand significantly, with Chinese manufacturers poised to dominate due to their rapid innovation cycles and cost efficiencies. Volkswagen's strategic initiatives, including divestments and partnerships, may position the company to reclaim market leadership in the European EV segment. However, this will require ongoing adaptation to consumer preferences and advancements in technology. Conclusion. In summary, Volkswagen's divestment of European plants and its strategic pivot towards partnerships with Chinese manufacturers represent a critical response to the evolving automotive landscape. The future outlook for the industry indicates a continued emphasis on electrification, innovation, and strategic collaborations. As Volkswagen navigates these changes, its ability to adapt and leverage partnerships will be crucial in regaining competitive advantage and securing a sustainable future in the automotive sector. The landscape for traditional automakers is evolving dramatically, and those that can effectively navigate these shifts will likely emerge as leaders in the new era of mobility.